they're in a cityscape. We see, even if it's ghost-like, we know that they're placed in a space. By the time we get to Brooklyn Betty, the space has disappeared, and she sort of reappears again when we get to Sue. You know, this ghostly sort of city space. And I moved to Miami about 4 years ago, and I'm fascinated by this city and the idea of the city. And I talk a little bit about what it means to situate the figure in this way for you. I mean, why the city space? And is this space meant to be read as Miami? Is this Opa-locka? What is the space important, or is playing with no space in space? What does that mean? Miami is a really curious city. I think we underestimate it so much, but you know, what's up with the city here?
In the beginning of my art practice, I was just creating people with no space. Like it was just an endless environment. It was pretty raw,
Mhm,
and they weren't situated anywhere. But I thought that it was important to represent where these people come from, because it's not
mhm,
just that they are this person with nothing in the background, just like our experiences and where we grew up and make us who we are.
mhm,
I felt like that was important in representing who the person was that I chose to represent.
mhm,
For example, Sue, who is the person that I chose to create out of yarn, is actually Jamaican. She was born in Jamaica. She migrated here, and she grew up here in Miami. So that becomes part of her identity, and her identity is important within the space. And
mhm,
I didn't want to represent just Jamaica because she's been living here for a longer period of time. But I also wanted, which is something that Dr. James and I went back and forth on, with if it was Miami or was it supposed to represent like a cityscape in general. And I think that my work is best when it's not situated in a particular city. Like it's not Sue in Miami, it's just Sue in her particular area. Or, I want the audience to feel like they kind of know this person, but not really. And they kind of know the space, but not really. Where there's like this connection of person versus location. And then at the same time, like there's some figures that I feel like don't need a space. Like the
mhm,
person can transcend from one location to another, which is where we got Brooklyn Betty. Even the title should say where she's from, right?
mhm,
But her image should be powerful enough where she doesn't need to be in a space
mhm,
to
mhm,
showcase where she's from.
mhm. But you do call her Brooklyn.
Yes.
You do call her Brooklyn, and it situates us in a way. I don't want to give up on Miami. I think I like the fact that I think about Miami. I'm sorry, I'm like jumping all over the place with this, but I like the fact that I can situate Sue in Miami, and that Miami itself can become other things.